Hello everyone and welcome to the Merch in Design podcast. This week we have the subject about the value of project that you put into your portfolio and how you can think about that.
Yeah, hello guys, welcome back. Right now we are designing a screwdriver for one of the Swedish company,
Yeah,
and I think our main goal in this project is about analyzing the user needs, and working on ergonomical research. So
Yes.
with anthropological research and physical ergonomical research. But what do you think about designing screwdriver?
yeah. I think the handheld tools, the manual tools, they're really important still. Of course, they're like you use more electrical tools today, but they're really important. And yeah, they are. You can do a lot with them, like the ergonomic in the ergonomic way. And I think that yeah,
I agree with you, especially steel and manual tools has advantage about the precision, because when you work with like a precise task, when you need to adjust the torque and power of the screw,
yeah,
you there's like a special feelings when you use a manual tool. So I think markets really need the manual tools.
yeah,
And but I feel like when you design manual tools, is also limiting that how deep research you can make about the subject of, like, let's say ergonomy in our case.
yeah,
And I feel like when you put this project in your portfolio, people will show less value because it's a manual tool.
yeah. That can be true because like if you look at a manual screwdriver, you can reach a certain level of like advanced form, like ergonomic developing and everything around that part, the usage of it.
Yeah.
But and if you add something else, like if you do a power tool or something, then you have more thing to be aware of, like how you if you are operating with two hands, or of course you can use a manual tool with two hands, but you have a motor and you have probably a trigger and you have some other function to it. So then, but it also gets bigger because you have a motor or something, or electric stuff inside of it. So you also need to think about a lot of more stuff.
I think especially if you are designing something production-wise doable project, realistic,
Yeah,
you need to design lots of engineering aspect, especially if you put electronic pieces in the product itself,
yeah,
and how the mold is going to be, and what kind of you think more about the section of the product.
yeah,
Also, it's give you lots of other problems to solve and show your skill set. But I feel like when you design the screwdriver, of course, it's important to adjust center of gravity
yeah.
and how it feels in your hand. But then, what are the other things we should consider other than that?
Yeah, it might be some additional function to it, maybe a lamp or maybe some kind of magnetic stuff. You could probably you could make it a lot
Yeah,
complicated if you want, but in the end the main function is to screw and unscrew screws. If you take a screwdriver, for example, so it won't get too complicated because you have a handle, and that handle should fit a hand. And then if you know how a hand is, how it functions, then you can make like different kinds of forms or sketches and models of that. And when you have done that and find one shape that works good for the user, then you're sort of done.
Yeah.
And you can't like go any further. Okay, you're done with your form. So what are you gonna do now? Yeah, maybe you add some colors and such, and maybe the materials. But the materials is in has this relation with the form, of course, and the grip. So it's not that complicated in that sense. Of course, you can do like a lot of stuff and like do like research for years about handheld tools.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, when you show like a screwdriver,
I think
it doesn't show so much more than it is
Yeah.
a screwdriver, a small screwdriver or something.
from my initial research, you can really dedicate yourself to work on the pattern and texture on the screwdriver, and the focusing on really small details to advance the ergonomics of the screwdriver. But when you think of the scale of the project and the timeline we have,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense to me. Because if you want to do that, you need like a much longer time period also.
Yeah.
If you really claim that I really studied and analyzed this and this is my conclusion,
Yeah.
so that's why I apply this pattern.
Yeah. And then if you look at this project and then in relation to maybe if you're going to apply for the advanced product design or maybe transportation design or maybe the interaction design masters, then how much value does the screwdriver have there? Because if you look at advanced product design, yeah, of course, some of the elements from this project is good to have, like the ergonomic research and maybe the production of it and maybe like the shape and the ergonomic and the shapes and the materials. But it doesn't have like the same value as if you would make a power tool, like a big like screwdriver or a saw or something. Or some kind of bigger product with a lot of more components to it.
I feel like if you have this kind of project, I feel like you should focus on workflow of your user group, user persona, how they carry this screwdriver, and if you can bring some useful innovation to that short time in the workflow, or like a packaging of the screwdriver. But I think since there's a product existing so many years, and there's like a semiotic message in people's mind and in their consciousness, you cannot come up with really like a innovative solution.
No.
I think there is really advanced solution on the market, and I feel like it is really hard to top them.
Yeah.
And when I see it's not possible to top the existing solution, I don't see value of
Putting in the effort
yeah
into like developing a form that is unique.
yeah
Because maybe you make the radius of the like some of the screwdriver have like some kind of wave form to it, and then maybe you change the radius a little bit. That's because when you look at the companies that have designed this kind of screwdrivers, you can see that they have a thinking about this kind of wave forming, because they want to have like different kinds of grip. Because you have like one grip when you're like really grasping to with your whole hand, and another one is like you moving it with your fingers, and then you have like different kinds of positions on the screwdriver. So they have like really good solutions to it. So it's really valid what you say, that how much could we like design here and innovate. So it's really hard. But then I really like what you say about the whole picture. That when you look at the users and how they each step, like you do some kind of user mapping thing, and then you can see like, okay, they need to get the screwdriver somewhere, and then they go together if they don't have it on them, and then maybe they screw, and then they have a different kind of position, and then maybe you want to understand, okay, what's the problem around this, and maybe when they have unscrewed the screw, whether they place the screw or the screwdriver like on them, or they have some kind of box, if not, and like what type of problems is caused around this kind of situation. So I think, in my opinion, and around this project, I think it's more interesting, like that kind of thinking, more about the other stuffs,
System design.
the system. Yeah,
And I think it's a bit challenging project if you really want to push the limits of designing innovative screwdriver. But again, maybe that's not the right decision. Maybe if you have a project like this, maybe you should think about the system, the context, and the user,
yeah,
and try to take away the already existing good products and combine the good side together and design the screwdriver. But then design how you are going to apply the screwdriver in the system and came up with innovative product solution or UX solution
yeah.
according to that product.
Yeah, like there was someone saying that, okay, if I'm going to have a battery or like some kind of lamp on my, like a flashlight on my screwdriver, then I would never replace it because that's so hard. But then you can think about maybe if it's like it's wireless, the charging, so they don't need to think about that one. So maybe you come up with like ideas that really smart, and then you can add some ideas to that one.
Yeah.
So, and the same thing with like where you put the screwdriver. Maybe you could have a magnetic thing on the screwdriver, so it is stuck to maybe a metal part of the thing you are working with. If you're an electrician, maybe you have a metal like shelf or some kind of furniture, or what do you call it? Like a box.
Yeah.
Like the box they have, like
The
the electric
box.
box.
Yeah, exactly. For example, if I was free to choose anything design, I would focus on just how the people carry their tools
Yeah.
on themselves and not design any tools at all, because I feel like there is already really good solution in the market. But
Yeah.
thanks for listening us folks, and I think we are going to do more podcasts about these projects in the future, and I hope you can find some direction for yourself if you are facing similar problems, and if you are thinking, okay, I need to do this project, but is there any value putting this project in my portfolio?
Yeah. You can always like start thinking about what do you need in your portfolio and adapt your project to that. So if you want to have more about like the user experience stuff, then you might like focus on that project. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
see
thank
you
you.
later.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you for this time.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.